Hi, Hampton. Hi, Scotland. Hey, Lucas. Hey, Ford. Mwah, mwah, mwah. This is Nana time. So, we're reading the book Ace. Do you remember the important pig? The very important pig, Ace? Well, it's time for Nana to read chapter 3. Okay, who wants chapter 3? Raise your hand. Ford, raise your hand if you want chapter 3. Hampton, sit down. Nice shirt, buddy. I like your shirt. Okay, so who remembers what happened in chapter 2? Do you remember that farmer, I forgot his name, Farmer Tubbs was taking all the piglets away, but he left one behind. Who is that one behind pig? You're right, it was Ace. He kept Ace. And the mother, what do you call the mother pig? The sow? She was really happy that he was taking those babies away, right? Okay, so now I'm going to read, and when I get a picture, I'll show you, but right now there's no picture. Okay, so this chapter is called A Pig and a Goat, okay? Who wants to hear chapter 3? Okay. I hope you can understand something that I'm going to say, thought Ace. Pigs are permanently hungry anyway, and Ace had not had a mouthful to eat since early that morning, long before the farmer had set out to market. Now he was ravenous. Do you know what ravenous means? It means you're hungry. So next time say to Mom, I'm ravenous. I'm so ravenous. Okay. Okay, so where am I? Farmer Tubbs had not kept pigs all his working life without learning that a squeal, like Ace's, meant either furry or fear or hunger. And since the piglet looked neither angry nor afraid, the farmer got the message and hurried out to fetch food. He's not as stupid as he looks, said Ace out loud. He was talking about the farmer. And I'm sorry, guys, there's that S word, that terrible S word that you can't say at school and you can't call your friends that, but Farmer Tubbs is kind of saying it, so oh well. Sometimes we read things in books that are not good. Okay, he have a job to be, said a voice. Ace spun around to see, standing in the gloom at the far side of the box stall, a strange figure. It was covered with a long grayish hair that hung down its sides like a curtain, and it wore a gray beard and a pair of sharp-looking curved horns. The goat walked forward into the light and stood looking down at the piglet. So Ace is seeing a goat for the first time, and he was all gray and furry, and he had a beard. Do you think goats have beards? That's so funny, don't you think? Have you ever seen a goat with a beard? Okay, so the goat walked forward into the light and stood looking down at the piglet. What's your name? The goat asked. Ace. Ace of clubs. Funny sort of name, said the goat. How did you get it? Ace turned to show his left side. It's because of this mark on me, he said. Remember, on the left side of his flank, he has a mark that looks like a club. That's how he got his name. It's something to do with some game that humans play called cards. How do you know that? Asked the goat. He told me. Ted Tubbs told me. Ted Tubbs? Is that his name? How do you know it is? Ace felt like saying, why must you ask so many questions? As his mother had, but the goat with the sixth sense animals have continued. I hope you'll forgive me for asking so many questions, but I'm curious to know, How could you possibly understand what that man says? The look in her golden eyes was kindly and mild. I just do, said Ace. I don't know how. I thought all animals did, but my mother said that no pig ever had. Nor goat either, said the goat. Nor cow, nor sheep, nor horse, nor hen, to be the best of my knowledge. I've lived here all my life, all 15 years of it, and the only word he says that I can recognize is my name. What's that? Nanny. Just then, Farmer Tubbs opened the door and came in carrying a bucket of pig swill. He poured it into a trough in the corner of the stall and watched approvingly as Ace dug in. I'll tell you, Nanny, he said, patting the old goat's hairy back, you're looking at a most extraordinary pig there. Not just his markings, I don't mean. I'll swear blind that pig do understand what I say to him. Okay, guys, so guess what? There's a picture of Farmer Tubbs, the goat, and Ace eating in his trough. Okay, so here's the question, guys. Let's see if you've been paying attention. What is the goat's name? Who knows? Raise your hand. What is the goat's name? Hampton, sit down. Lucas, sit down. Ford, sit down. Scotland, hello. What is the goat's name? Whoever said Nanny was right. Yes, the goat's name is Nanny, and they're talking to each other. The goat and Ace are talking, and they're figuring out that Ace can understand everything that Farmer Tubbs says. Who's that farmer guy? See him? Farmer Tubbs. Okay. He waited till Ace had licked the trough clean and turned to face him. Then he said, now then, young Ace, allow me to introduce you. This is Nanny, and I'm putting you in with her so she can keep an eye on you and teach you a thing or two. She's brought up every so many kids, Nanny has, and there ain't much she don't know. She'll be company for you, stop you feeling lonely. What was he going on about? Asked Nanny when the farmer had gone. I heard my name a couple of times, but the rest was just the usual gabble. He said you were very wise, said Ace. I wasn't born yesterday, and he said he was leaving me in here with you. I hope you don't mind. Not a bit, said Nanny. You'll be company for me. Stop me feeling lonely. Do you ever feel lonely? Do you know what lonely means? Lonely is when you're sitting on your couch maybe and no one's around and you feel lonely. I bet you guys feel lonely sometimes. Especially Lucas, you always get to see Will. Maybe now you feel lonely because you don't get to see him. Or maybe you do see him and so you're not lonely. Scotland, have you ever felt lonely before? Did you ever sit up in your room and no one was up there and you felt lonely? Hampton, do you ever feel lonely at 5 o'clock in the morning when you're in your bed and you want to get out and nobody wants to wake up? I bet that's a lonely time for you. What about you, Ford? When you're in your crib and nobody wants to come and get you because you're crying in the middle of the night, I bet you feel lonely. It's okay to be lonely. Okay, so that's why Nanny is with the goat, with the pig, with Ace, so he won't get lonely. Okay, so Ace said, I hope you don't mind that I live with you. And Nanny says, not a bit. You'll be company for me, stop me feeling lonely. She pulled a wisp of hay out of the crib and munched it thoughtfully. How could you never went to market this morning then, she said. I looked out and I saw a bunch of pigs going off in the truck. Why did he leave you behind? Remember I said Farmer Tubbs took all the piglets to market, but he left Ace home. He asked me if I wanted to go, said Ace, and I said no. You mean to tell me that as well as you being able to understand the man, what did you call him, Ted Tubbs? As well as you understanding Ted Tubbs, he can understand what you say. Only 3 things, said Ace. 1 grunt means, okay, guys, when Ace does 1 grunt, what does that mean? Remember? Remember the grunt? Who can grunt? 1 grunt means no. 2 grunts means yes. Let's do yes. I have to learn how to grunt better. Who can grunt better? Let's see you guys grunt. Everyone do 2 grunts. Good job. Okay. So 2 grunts mean yes, and a sharper squeal means fetch food. I think he's learned those all right. Going to teach him any more? I don't know. Really, I suppose I could increase the grunts, 3 for this and 4 for that and so on, but I don't know if he could cope with all that. What do you think, Nanny? Might be beyond him, said Nanny. He's not all that bright. Might be better to show him what you want. Like what? Well, what you fancy doing, Ace thought. I wouldn't mind having a walk around the farm, he said. You know, have a good look at everything and meet all the other animals. I've been stuck in sty all my life so far, and now I'm shut up in here. All right, said Nanny. So you would like to get out of this stall. I can't open the door. You can't open the door, but he can. I can't tell him to open it. You can open it. You can by showing him what you want. How? Listen, said Nanny, and she outlined a simple plan. Do you guys ever plan something? So Ace wants to get out of the sty and walk around, and Nanny's going to help him come up with a plan. Do you guys ever come up with a plan to do something? Like, hey, let's build a fort. Let's come up with a plan. Let's go and get some blankets. Let's go get some pillows to hold the blankets down and build a fort. That's a plan. Plans are good. When Farmer Tubbs next opened the half door of the box stall and came in to fill in Nancy's crib with hay for the night, the old goat bleated to him. It was just a bleat. To Ace, she was saying, go on, try it now. Ace trotted up behind the farmer as he reached up to the crib and butted him in the back of the leg with his snout. What's up with you, Ace? Said Farmer Tubbs, and for an answer the piglet went to the door that the farmer had closed behind him and butted it hard several times, so it shook on its hinges. Whoa! So Ace is showing Farmer Tubbs that he wants to get out. Let's see if Farmer Tubbs is smart enough to figure that one out. You want me to open it? 2 grunts. That's what Ace did. Why? Ace marched around the stall twice, came back to the door, and butted it again. You want to go for a walk? Said Farmer Tubbs. Well, I never. Did you ever? What's next? Do you want me to come with you? What does that mean? No. Oh, all right then. But you come back when I call you, understand? And reassured by an affirmative answer, the farmer opened the door. And he will, he said to Nanny. You don't understand what I'm saying because you're not all that bright. But that ace, why, he can do everything but talk. I suppose you could say he's too clever for words. Okay, guys, that was chapter 3. I hope you enjoyed it. So today I'm wishing you a very happy day. It's a poopy day. It's kind of raining out. Hopefully, because we're in Florida, the sun will be out by noon and we'll be happy as can be. And then you can have recess time on the swing set because all of you have swing sets. Who likes the swings? Yay! Okay, so listen to your mommies and your daddies and everyone. Work hard today. You got to learn something. You learned a couple of things, I hope, in the book, that you're ravished when you're really hungry. Don't forget to tell your mom and dad that. And that you come up with a plan. And let's see, what else? Oh, how many grunts is yes? Good, 2. And how many grunts are 1? Yep. Okay, see you later. I love you guys.